What's up, everyone? I'm Damon the Dialysis Dude, and welcome to my channel. I've been on dialysis for about 15 years. During that time, I've had a lot of ups and downs, and I've learned a lot of things. One thing that I've learned is that I can't just sleep it off. I have 3 goals for my channel. My first goal is to help motivate myself to go out and have better days, to monitor my health, and to remind myself that if I work hard for it, that I still can go out and have better days in between dialysis. I was saying that I do dialysis to live, and I don't live to do dialysis. But in order for that to be true, then I have to go out and have better days in between dialysis. My second goal is to share my adventures with you and hopefully encourage you to go have your own adventures, to go do whatever it is you truly love to do and makes you hungry for life.
No, that's a link.
Just like my saying about dialysis, I encourage you to work to live and not live to work. Life is short. And my last goal is to give you some insight to my life on dialysis and share some dietary tips while trying to raise awareness for kidney health in general. I hope you liked today's adventure, and please give me some feedback, and I appreciate the like and subscribe.
We're gonna end my rope. So, kind of coming a full circle, back at the Noyo Harbor where I caught my first crabs, being green crabs, and it's a little bit frustrated about not getting dungies for quite a long time to start with, but you gotta learn. But now I've learned this new way to prepare green crabs, which makes green crabs really good actually. Like, you see people fry them up, like Taku made his video about how to cook the green crabs, and see him crunching down the legs, and man, I'll tell you what, those shells are harder than Dungeness. So like just frying them up straight is not really feasible. It's not really feasible either to wait for them to molt, because they only molt a couple times a year. So that's never going to be a viable way to deal with them as an invasive species. But this little trick I'm going to show you guys is, so we need to get the word out. These 2 rings out in these rockier zones is definitely a little bit of a risk. So I try to pick spots that I have rocks or something to stand on at a higher angle up. So I'm not pulling the 2 rings sideways, and I'm pulling it a little more up. But then I have to throw it a little bit further, and that throw did not work on a damn rope. All right, that was a pretty good throw. That'll work. Now I'm gonna go set up a crab snare and do a little bit of fishing. All right, been a while since I've thrown a crab snare. Gotten to be like all 2 rings these days, trying off the kayak and stuff. So somewhere in these areas there's some sand, a little less rock. So I'm gonna try and toss this thing out and find that area and give it 10-minute soak to start with and see what happens. And if I'm super lucky, I'll get a dungy. All right, it's been a little over 10 minutes. Set the drag high. There's a crab, usually you can feel it load up. I don't know how much extra line I have in there really, but it doesn't feel like there's much. Oh, well, that's because I wasn't even loaded. There's definitely not a crab on that, though. Let's see if there's any bait left. Nope, no bait. No bait, no crab. Right. So I put some more squid in there. I'm gonna send it back pretty much in the same area, because when I was pulling it in, it felt smooth. It felt like there was sand and all my bait was gone. So I'm gonna put it out there and I'm gonna let it soak for 5 minutes this time and pull it in half the time, assuming that the crabs ate my bait and left. And that's why I didn't catch anything. All right, so we're going 5 minutes this time. The old cutter coming through. Quite the boat.
It's pretty spectacular.
All right, 5 minutes soak. I don't know if that Coast Guard hit my line and moved it. It's at a lot different angle than when I cast it. Don't feel anything. Oh, I don't know, it's got some resistance. I need to tighten up a little bit more before I pull. I got a crab. What is it? Is it a dungy? Is it a green crab? It's a hefty green crab. Well, I will take that. That's what I was looking for. All right, so this one's had about half an hour. But as I said, I'm partially doing this just to get some chicken back out of this 2-ring so that I can bait my snare more effectively. But I have green crabs. Can I roll it up the rocks? No, I'm gonna lose them like that. Oh, they're pretty big today so far. Don't fall on your ass, Damon. Got 3. Yeah, that guy is crusty. Look at him. Or her. Yeah. Oh, wow. How'd I end up with a dead fish in the trap? The head, that's a trip. I didn't put that in there. That just drifted, or a crab brought it there. Interesting. So I don't know if you can see it, but this sea lion right here has got a fish in its mouth. Just like that little one right there that was in my 2-ring. So I'm assuming that the sea lion came up with a fish in its mouth, dropped the fish in order to grab a crab. And that's how I ended up with more bait than I started with. This thing just doesn't want to get off. There we go. That's actually gonna be a really tasty crab. Look at how crusty he is though. And here he comes to check my 2-ring. I just threw it out. See, comes right up to it, gives it an inspection. That's why you want to use chicken. Because if I had squid in there, he'd be after it. We'll see if he wants his fish back actually or not, since I did put the fish that he dropped inside the bait cage. Still pretty amazing that he actually dropped a fish in my 2-ring. All right. Which one of you did it? Who stole my bait? Who stole my bait? No, it was one of you. It was you, wasn't it? It was you, I swear. I wonder if I have any crabs or not, or what. This guy seems to be just sitting here circling my 2-ring. Probably jacking all my crabs. He's a big guy. All right, second pull on this one. Oh. Couple of little seals. Don't catch the seal. And yes, it has been jacking my crabs because I got one crab. That's a chunky one though. For a green crab, that's not a bad size. One claw. And they got pointy little feet. It's not just their claw that'll get you. Got 4 green and 1 red. Alright. It's enough for a snack. Alright, welcome to the important part of this video where I'll show you how to cook up these European green crabs. You know, I'm told that these are one of the most invasive species in the world. So, we'll start out with this big crusty guy. Alright, after doing like 6 or 7 of them, I think I kind of got my method down. Hopefully I can show you guys. Down. Pulling the tops, get rid of them. Spraying the guts out. Take it, hold it by the claw, and this one's already got a leg missing, so we're just going to take this knuckle part there and get rid of that. We're going to come to each claw, we're going to cut it underneath this knuckle and get rid of that whole little piece. Pop it off. That way we don't have to deal with little bits later. Still a little bit labor intensive, but I'm getting better at it. So then we're going to come in under the knuckles right at there, and then we're just going to kind of chop each little knuckle piece off. And come up, and there goes the face part. Flip her over. I'm going to go from the top back down to the knuckle, to the claw, so that it stays a little bit more stable. If I start at the claw, it's going to want to fall apart on me a little bit more. And there we have it. That's reasonable time. A while, but 8 crabs, I think it was. I'm probably getting ahead of myself breading them. That oil's got a little bit to heat up. Look at that. Is that not good or what? So I think it's about 8 crabs. In the end, I get this bowl full of crab stuff for stock. And this Nice plate fried crab legs.
Oh yeah, so it looks good.
All right, so here I got some honey and lime, and I got one of my favorite hot sauces. I haven't tried this hot sauce, and then more of a traditional, just like cheap chili mango sauce. So I think I'm gonna go with some hot sauce, and then a little dunk in the honey and lime. Oh yeah, that is good.
There you go, guys. A valid way to cook European green crabs. We need to get the word out about this because they're one of the most invasive species on the planet. You can try and wait for them to molt, but that's only going to happen so often. Or you can try and crunch down those hard shells and act like they're good. But obviously neither of those have made a dent in the population. But this is really good. And then you have a whole bunch of stuff for stock. That was 8 small crabs. There were only 2 of them in there that were like medium sized. I've caught a number of them bigger. So like this is a valid way to do it. So yeah, get the word out and give me a like and a comment and subscribe, please. I really would appreciate it. You know, I'm a little guy. Give me some subscriptions.